For those who hear, let them hear. For those who see, let them see. May the Christ within illumines the world, and know that God is one with thee. Melchizedek Truth Principle. The Christ light is the acid test. In the 7th chapter in the book of Ecclesiastes, and the 25th verse, and there ye shall receive the key, if you accept it and ponder upon it, the key to the storehouse of infinite wisdom. For you shall then be able to separate the wheat of understanding from the chaff of mortal intellect. It is well for man to study, but let man ask for divine wisdom, enabling him to understand that which he studies. Study becomes a folly. It becomes a madness to man's thinking when he does not divinely understand that which he studies. Unless it is divinely understood, it remains buried and hidden in the recesses of that which man refers to as occult. It remains hidden. When man of earth, in his objective thinking, indulges in destructive criticism, he passes the indulgence of his objective thinking to the subjective chamber and can expect no other reflection from the subjective other than that which he has therein implanted. It hinders spiritual growth. Just recently, we spoke to you, dear ones, relative to the objective thinking, subjective memory, and the superconscious or God mind, as we use the term. The spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak. When a king sits upon his throne and rules his subjects, he expects his subjects to be obedient to his rule. And when that which the subjective mind has received and returns to the objective thinking, it is as the king expects. In fact, demands that the objective thinking becomes obedient to his command. And when the objective thinking becomes obedient to the subjective, and confusion arises along like paths of man because of that which the subjective mind has commanded, man then is prone to blame his neighbor and make accusations in every manner and direction, but that which he has created for himself. But the superconscious mind, or God mind, continues to knock upon the door. The Christ mind says, "Let me in. Let me help you." And the door upon which the God mind, the Christ mind knocks, the door has a latch upon the outside. It must be open from the inside, that the God mind or the Christ mind might manifest. How shall you open it? Read the 25th verse of the 7th chapter of Ecclesiastes, dear hearts. How shall man proceed? When he receives the spiritual beauty, the spiritual significance of the verse, he shall proceed with the right thinking in his conscious or subjective mind. Thus, the thoughts of beauty, eradicating all thoughts of antagonism, debate, theory, and beholding in desire to become conscious of his oneness with God. He shall then eradicate all confusion from the subjective mind and fill it with a desire for spiritual illumination, God illumination, Christ illumination. All the knowledge that he has acquired, he shall bathe with a desire for spiritual illumination. Then knowledge shall become wisdom. Wisdom shall become understanding. God mind, Christ mind, shall be free to manifest. Doubt shall fly out the door and the window. Antagonism shall cease to be, and man shall no longer live in a state of mental madness. For as the verse stated, he shall have separated himself from the folly, the foolish of madness. Education? Yes, by all means. What will be the advantage of we of the council to speak with you, dear ones, or with any of the many collaborators with whom we have the blessed privilege of visiting if education was unnecessary? Listen to the wisdom of Solomon when he said, "Get wisdom, get understanding, and forget it not." Wisdom is the principal thing, and with all thy getting, get understanding. Acquired knowledge can be wisdom when it is spiritually understood. And because of spiritual understanding of that acquired knowledge, it became spiritually applied. That is, seeking the Christ alone path of regeneration. Mortal intellect can deceive their hearts, but when it is placed in the presence of the great white light of the Christ and tarnishes not, nor disintegrates, that knowledge becomes wisdom. Man of earth refers to putting certain objects, certain people, if you please, to what he calls the acid test. The Christ light is the acid test of that which is acquired through the channel of mortal intellect. The 25th verse in the 7th chapter of Ecclesiastes, I apply my heart to seek and to search. I apply my heart. Bless you 1,000 times 10,000 if you have listened attentively without an antagonistic thought. Antagonism is the first step to rejection, dear hearts. If you have listened patiently with receptive desire, from the memory pages, you shall recall the words we have left with you. We love you, and we have promised you that we will not stand idly by and see you deceived or misled. And that is not only referring to the deception and misleading of mortals as you understand them, is referring to your own thinking. Be not deceived. Evil communication corrupt good manners. Bless you, bless you, bless you.